This part starts from the end of the first chapter, where junior sister is attacking Luan and Master says to her, "Is it really you, Shuro?" And junior sister says, "What happened to you?" And we see a demon, and after watching the fight he says, "When you were making all these threats, did you expect something like this to happen? You just wait, there's more to come." And Master says, "And your jaw is next?" And Luan says, "Don't do that, junior sister." But junior sister attacks Master and Luan together, and says, "Why are you lying to yourself?" And Master stops junior sister's attack and says, "Graduated from the same school, we are like family. Whatever the reason, you shouldn't act against your elder sister Shuro." And junior sister says, "You are so similar. I will test my blade." And Luan is saying to both of them, "Master, both of you, please stop. You are lying to yourself. See, it's Master himself. And why are you doubting us?" But junior sister doesn't listen to her, and she attacks Master again. But this time too, Master blocks her attack, and says, "Yenner, what are you talking about?" And junior sister says, "Senior sister, give that to me, and I won't bother." He's still going? And junior system is going from there, and junior sister says, "The way you are able to avoid my attacks is all thanks to that changing mirror that I gave you back then." And Master says, "So I ask you, are you swinging your sword against your own sect?" And Luan says, You are not Master." And Master says, "Is that so? Then we're back to square one." And junior sister is thinking, then we are back to the starting position. Can he still go faster? And junior system is leaving. And Luan says, "Junior sister?" And junior sister says, "Why are you stopping me from going?" And Luan says, "Master is still alive, he just went into seclusion, don't believe the rumors." But junior system doesn't believe Sunita. And junior sister attacks Shuro, and says, "Lies. I have seen his dead body with my own eyes, you won't be able to fool me." But Luan blocks her attack and says, "Impossible. I was the one who saw him, you got fooled. If you leave now and go after him, you will fall into their trap." And junior sister says, "Venerable who conquered heaven, I am sure you will be scared after knowing the culprit's name." "Right. But not me, I am not afraid. I will take revenge on Master myself." And one says to Master, "Yenner, please, I beg you. Let's hear what she has to say." But the demon attacks Luan and says, "Now I have done it. Now you are mine." Scene shifts, and we see Shuro and junior sister, and junior sister is saying to Shuro, "Sister, you haven't fully recovered from your injuries. Let me do the scouting." And Shuro says, "No, you won't. I've been too lax with you in the past, and now you've forgotten the teachings of our great ancestor. Tell me, after that man saved me, have you informed him of our mission?" And junior sister is saying, "I wouldn't dare. Our task was to find the owner of the heavenly book and entrust them with the prized possession. Otherwise, our 100-flower group will face destruction. If my tongue slips, then let me be struck by lightning and die a painful death. But sister, what does this have to do with you rushing to our senior?" And she falls, and Shuro picks her up, "Little too?" And the junior sister is saying, "It hurts. It hurts so much. It feels like there are bugs crawling all over and biting me." Shuro is saying, "The blood river seal has taken effect." "But how did you?" And Shuro has seen that some people are bleeding and they are saying, "It hurts. Ma, Dad, help me." Sting. So it begins. Blood river seal assemble. And we see that the monster and junior sister are fighting, and junior sister is saying, "That is not the order of things." And the monster attacks Shuro, and Shuro falls away, and the monster is saying, "You're late, Shuro. The blood river seal has gathered Yenna's spiritual energy to me, and now I've broken through the 3-tribe death realm life. As long as the seal remains, I am invincible." Order? Could it be that you're trying to retrieve the article of Een, seal of heaven, before I get my hands on Yenner? And she is surprised to see Shuro, and the monster is saying, "Look around you, does it look like we are on equal terms?" And the elder is saying, "No, in fact you're next." But the master attacks them, and is saying, "Ye bastard. That's rough. But the monster gets very angry at the master's words, and he is saying, "But now, nothing can kill me. You've failed 100 years ago, and now you'll repeat that failure. Even if you're in the life and death realm, surely you haven't reached the same heights as I have. What can you hope to achieve?" And Shura is saying, "No, even then there's nothing you can do." And the monster is saying, "And now, the Blood River seal is no longer a mere, restricting formation, but a spirit instrument sealing art. There is no holy articles greater than this spirit instrument right here. Become a part of my sustenance. With this in hand, forget the Tsangyun continent. I might just ascend like this. I've won this time." And the master is saying to the monster, "I was wondering where are you getting this unwarranted courage from? So you've been messing with spirit instruments. My holy article-fueled Blood River seal is avoiding him. In that case, I'd be your father." And the monster gets very angry on hearing this, and is saying, "What? The spirit instrument ancestor heavenly book recognized you? Impossible. Not even I can move." And the master ties up the monster's body, and says, "I wasn't asking you. Surely something I've made would recognize its creator, no? That was addressed to the thing you're holding." And the monster is saying, "Traitorous child." And he is in a lot of pain, and then we are shown some people, who are saying, "I'm fine. I'm alright. Those markings disappeared. I'm not hurting anymore." But the junior sister is worried, and is saying, "We need some help here." And the master comes, and sees that Shura is lying unconscious, and he is taking her away, and the monster is saying, with just a word, "And he negated the holy article's divinity. All the prayers I've offered to it were. Why? Why haven't I heard a single thing about you being the spirit instrument ancestor? Then my teachings. They were all." And the master is saying to him, "Are you falling in line now, Blood River? We've got time to spare. I have no offers for you. We can strip you flesh from bone, or we can boil you alive. Now choose." But the monster does not listen to the master, and he gets destroyed, and the master says, "Sigh, you never change. Even the slightest provocation, you'd blow up like that. And you, Shuro?" And the junior sister says, "With your senior sister in danger, you chose to turn your blade on our enemy. And for that I'll tolerate you." And the master says, 3 days. Wipe yourself, and return to the sect. I'll give you a chance to explain yourself." And Shura is saying, "We've found it." The scene shifts, and we see Shura lying on the ground, in pain, and the skull says, "Oh dear, that wasn't easy." And we see a black shadow saying, after an encounter combined with blessings from the spirit instrument, enhanced Blood River seal, "And you still have the strength to crawl this far. As expected of the king of assassins. I almost didn't catch up to you, how annoying." And Shuro says to him, "I brought it back. The skull. Now can we talk?" And Shuro gives that skull to Black Shadow, and Black Shadow is speaking to that skull. "Oh, so this is the skull of the venerable Yishin, of the Wuji sect? Oh dear, how long did it take? And you just forgot about your master's final words like that? I cannot accept my defeat at the hands of the heavenly conquering honored one. Vengeance for Jian. Sikyo the one he treasured most, so he choose to leave this task to you. But you're trusting that look-alike skin puppet who raised his fist at you. How laughable. Obviously, that's a fake made by Luan Yener. Who would have thought?" And she puts a sword on Shuro's neck, and says, "The king of assassins is as self-deceiving as that soft-hearted empress herself." And Shuro, after listening to Black Shadow, says, "I would never." Now Black Shadow puts a sword on Shuro's forehead and says, "Always so troublesome. But I suppose it only works when your psyche is weakened like this. That encounter left you completely drained, didn't it? Don't worry, you won't feel a thing now." And Shuro is feeling very tired, and Black Shadow says, "You'll feel so good that you won't be able to remember anything. The curse seals will rid you of all your unpleasant memories. That Blood River ancestor was useless till the very end, but he managed to bring back results. Too bad I don't have time to confirm it for myself. Her Majesty is still unconscious. Hurry and bring in the doctors." The scene shifts, and we see the Empress chamber, where 2 servants are, speaking to a man. Her Majesty is still unconscious. Hurry and bringing in the doctors. And Luan is looking through the window, and she says, the situation turned out to be worse than I thought. The great ancestor entrusted us to deliver this to the owner of the heavenly book. And Luan is looking at Shuro and saying, but it doesn't seem like I'll be getting that chance anytime soon, not to mention Xiao Tu is. Then Luan suddenly gets scared hearing some sound, and she sees Master is saying to his servant, Supreme One? Go rest up. But they want to say something, but before they can say anything, Master glares at them, so they obey Master and leave from there, and we see that Luan is sleeping, and Master and Luoluo are going near her, and Luoluo is saying, I got it, and she touches Resham's face, and is saying, your guess was right, Master. It's a poisoni. But Master gets into thinking, and says, as expected. Even with the cursed seals removed, Yenner is still unconscious. I figured as much when I carried her back. But it's been many years and I'm not aware of how far they've developed poison. Any ideas, Luoluo? And Luoluo says it's something that's been long lost in the books, and Master says the killing seal poison? The so-called killing seal is a seal implanted on a cultivator's body, a curse that functions as a limiter for their spiritual energy. It will continue to weaken its target as they slowly suffer from various injuries, and perish from their body being unable to handle their power. And he's thinking, planting the Blood River seal on was just a cover, to implant the killing seal instead. Huh! From the looks of it, Blood River was just another pawn himself in the grand scheme of things. As for Shuruo, and Luoluo says, like a bird stalking the praying mantis, how dare they? I don't believe the second senior sister would betray our school, and Master says, all will be revealed in 3 days. What's important now is to remove your senior sisters, Poisoni. And Luoluo says, if only it was just a simple toxin in her body. But this one affects her very vessel. Master, you have any ideas? And Master says, we cannot afford to be careless. I would have used the reversal of 5 paths to forcefully strip it off, but with the Blood River seal draining Yenna's spiritual energy, stripping it down might even hurt her by accident that alone. Amble and Master take off his clothes. Luoluo gets very shy after seeing him, and says, are you saying you're gonna dual cultivation? And Master starts caressing Luan's body, and Luan starts feeling something. Master starts caressing her face, then Luan starts spitting out poison, and Master says, I can force a mutation on the killing seal within Yenna's body. And seeing him doing this, the senior sister shouts, you mustn't. And Master says, you're the Flower Sisters. Shouldn't you be resting in the guest rooms? The senior sister says, we can save that for later. If you were to use cultivation to remove the poison from the Empress, there can be consequences. And Master says, what do you mean? We, the 100 Flowers, are specialized in all manners of cursed seals. I've once saved a cultivator suffering from the killing seal under the great ancestor. While this is the best way to break the seal, there's a deadly trap within. When the killing seal was implanted on its victim, part of it became the cultivator's energy reserves. And the senior sister says, in other words, you may end up killing her by stripping her of what little remains of her energy. That's the danger. In this type of situation, we should be mindful of Her Majesty's physical condition, as well, and so I, representing the 100 Flowers, would like to volunteer, if Senior is willing to put his trust in me. I'll have to repay the favor for saving us sisters after all. And Luoluo says, Master, I've investigated using my techniques. She's right about the curse seals, though I'm not certain about her motives. I am aware. Time is of essence, allow me. And the senior sister touches Luan's stomach, and she feels something, and says, wait. Something's wrong. She appears to be absorbing my energy?